cute. I do story time for 3 to 6 year olds, and we read for half an hour, and then we do a craft together, and it's just a lot of fun. And they all call me Miss Olive, which I think is cute. Yeah, it's just great to have like a bunch of like little babies in your neighborhood who are just like, hi Miss Olive, hi Miss Olive, hi Miss Olive. I love it so much. I'm gonna be running the teen book club again in the fall. Lisa's turning 2 next week. She is the best. Oh my god, that is also important news. That is so important. 2 is a great age. I love like the little guys. Yeah, I'm gonna be running teen book club in the fall, and my thought was it would be really funny. I think I've talked about this already, but it would be funny to do like the books that were popular when I was a teenager, like The Perks of Being a Wallflower, or like Looking for Alaska, or all those like kind of like big hits of my generation. Just because I think the kids are like the teens now are gonna like completely shit on these books, and that will be fun for me. So we'll see. I started reading a bit of Perks of Being a Wallflower at work yesterday, and my coworker was like, oh yeah, that's the one that's like, in that moment I swear we were infinite or whatever, and I had totally forgotten about that line. She likes to play hide and seek, and she says 2, 3, Ray or not, here I come. That's so cute. When I was reading to the kids yesterday, one of the books was about ice cream, and I was like, does anyone have a favorite ice cream flavor? And one of the kids was like, Shagwa. And I was like, Shagwa? I don't know that flavor. And then her mom was like, she meant chocolate. I was like, oh, sorry. But I just took her completely at face value and was like, I've never heard of Shagwa. That's a new flavor to me. Completely brand new. Okay. Shall we knit? Whew. Okay. So this pattern, okay, first of all, I have rolled this ball of yarn into a cake because when I was doing the last panel, it was going so fine until like the very end, and then it turned into a giant knot that took me like truly I think 6 hours to untangle. I was just like on the floor having a horrible time trying to untangle a knot, so hoping the cake will help with that because it's just a bit sturdier. We will see. But yeah, let's get into it. I can remember what I'm doing. Goodness. Is anyone else doing any fiber projects along with the stream? Oops, it got quite dark, huh? I can already tell this is just going to be so much easier on my hands. I also learned, because I've only knit with metal needles, I'm a very tight knitter, and I think it's just because I'm new, still pretty new to knitting. And metal needles like accommodate that, and I often end up like bending a needle out of place. So working with wood is nice for me because it kind of forces me to think about my tension a bit more. And it's also just easier on my hands. But yeah, obviously if I put too much tension on wood, it will just snap, it won't bend. So I have to be careful. But these needles are so pretty. Hi Looney! I have a bandana that I'm going to finish up. Haven't in ages. Welcome in. I feel like a lot of people are really like not sure about summer knitting, which I totally get. it's like definitely a less pleasant experience because you're sweaty. I'm sweaty. We're all sweaty. Holding fiber is like not ideal. But at the same time, I really like summer pieces. Like I like making summer tops. I get a lot of wear out of them. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm like excited for fall knitting, and I see a lot of folks already kind of like pivoting, but I'm not ready yet. It's still hot until like the end of September, and I want to like embrace that and really stretch out the summer knitting season, I think. I'm thinking I might, okay, so I'm having a couple thoughts. We started working on that hexagon cardigan together last stream, but honestly I'm just like not that excited about it. And it's taking me forever because I'm just like not that interested in the project. So I'm considering frogging it, and I have a lot of that yarn, so partially I just don't know what to do with it, but I'm considering frogging it and using part of it to make like another shirt in this pattern, because that yarn is much thicker and it'll work up a lot faster, which would be great. I don't know, I can't decide. If anyone has any good patterns for like a mercerized cotton, feel free to throw them in the Discord, because I'm lost. We're only halfway between the solstice and the equinox today. Oh my goodness. Amazing. That further confirms my desire to push the summer knitting as far as I can. Because I think for me, because I've always been a student and school starts in September, I'm like, okay, September is fall. But then when I have that mentality, I get really depressed because September is not fall. September is hot as hell. And I want to be like wearing sweaters and like cozy, but it's just hot. Like I think I have to just accept that September is summer and embrace it, you know? So that's where I'm at with that. Yeah. And it's just like a mind situation of being a student. But now I'm not a student, so I can fully embrace September summer energy. And maybe make another top. I also do have another sock pattern that I'd like to do after this. Ryan and I are taking a little trip, which I'm really excited about. And my plan is to make socks while we're traveling. Because socks are just like the perfect travel project. And it's gonna be my first time doing cables, so I'm really excited about that. And yeah. If anyone has any projects that they're really excited about making that they want to share, please feel free to throw them in the Discord. This pattern, I'm really happy I bought it because it taught me a lot about gauge swatching and making clothes made to measure, which I think is like kind of the only way to do it. But it's also a very like simple pattern and I'm getting bored. So I'm excited to switch it up. I have a project I haven't worked on in about 6 months. That's the problem, it's like we put all this work in, but if I'm not interested, then I don't know. What's the project, Mon? I do like seeing all of your projects on Ravelry that you've favoriting. So thank you for sharing those with me. If you want to add me on Ravelry, it's just Sun-Dried Olive. Feel free to follow me there, follow me on Discord, sure. Join the Discord, definitely. And then Instagram is what I meant to say. My Instagram is also Sun-Dried Olive, and I've been trying to post on there when I finish a project. Ooh, it's a spiderweb shirt. It looks super cool, but it's just chaining, and it's so boring. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like, I want the result. I don't want the process sometimes. But the nice thing about that is, if you work on it now, you could finish it for Halloween and have the perfect Halloween shirt. Also, let me know if you can see everything okay. I know it's a bit bright, but I just want to make sure everything's in frame. I've been trying to get better about that. I feel like sometimes I'm like working on a project over here, so just let me know. Whoops. Hi, Bray. We're in a meeting about the stocks. How's it going, Bray? How was your flight back to Labrador? Oh, this is the quarterly animal review. Yes, I knew that because I'm leaving the meeting. No issues? Yay! I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm super, super happy with these needles so far. And this set, like, did not break the bank. Especially with the code, but let me just show you again what's in my set. It's the Knit Picks options. All my flights will be on time for the rest of the season. Yes, manifest it. It goes from 3.5 to 8 millimeters. And then it has 4 cables. And yeah, it's just great. I'm just really, really happy with it. It's so light. The wood is so beautiful. Highly recommend. And yeah, the discount code, I'll just write it because it was 25% off, which made a big difference. And then I also, do I have it here? Maybe not, maybe ignore me. But I needed like a couple more dollars to get free shipping. Anyway, I bought like a little wooden tapestry needle holder, and it's so cute. It looks like a little tube of lipstick, and it's just pretty. How do you like the wood? I have mostly used metal. Yes, okay, I was talking about this because I have only used metal up to this point, and my tension is really tight, so I often like bend my knitting needles. And I really like how the wood needles kind of force me to be really mindful of my tension. I also like that they're so light. Like, these needles weigh nothing, which is really nice on just like my wrists. Yeah, so far I would say big fan. For socks, I'll definitely stick to metal, but for other projects, I'm really enjoying the wood. And these are just like pretty. This is just a pretty knitting needle, well crafted, clearly very intentionally designed, which I love. What kind of wood is it? Whoa, great question. I wonder if it says. I'm gonna look it up. What's it made of, please? Oh, birch. They are made of birch. The more you know. I didn't know that. Yeah, we also saw my cousin last weekend. She was visiting with her husband. So Ryan and I went to the contemporary art gallery with her, then we got coffee. It was really nice to see her. I don't get to see her very often, so Ryan got to meet her, which was great. And yeah, that was lovely. Got to see some family. I had a reading on Tuesday, which was really fun. I got asked to read as part of a magazine launch. I guess I can show you the magazine. Yes, of course, Bray. It is Nitpicks. I got it on the Nitpicks website. And, oh, thank you. Yeah, Nitpicks. And the ones I got are Sunstruck wood, green cable, and the code is KP Fall 25. Okay, Ryan's an angel and just like brought the magazine in. Thank you, Ryan. This was the magazine. It's called Labyrinth. It is a Montreal-based literary magazine. The cover is really pretty. There's like a little fiber detail here, which I love. It's like an art and lit magazine, so there's some really pretty art in here. Yeah, the theme was metamorphosis. Little brat green moment. And I've been thinking a lot. I write a lot of poetry about fiber art, and like the metamorphosis of turning yarn into something else with your hands. So I have a poem in here. And I really love the way they formatted it. These are the little like fiber art pieces, which are really cool. Michael Espinoza is the artist. But yeah, here's my poem. This was like the first fiber art poem I ever wrote. So it was really special to have them publish it. I'm just really grateful. They also like did some cool graphic design stuff, so half of it faces this way, half of it faces this way. Yeah, so I got to read this poem at the launch, which was really fun. It was packed. I had some friends come, Ryan came, which was great. And then, yeah, it was a lot of fun. So yeah, really had a good time with that. I feel like publishing hasn't really been like my main goal recently. I've just had like other things going on, but it's always it's just fun to be a part of a launch and yeah, to read a little bit, just always have a good time. So that was fun. Yeah, I used to never share my poetry on here because I didn't want to share my last name. But I just kind of stopped caring because I don't think it really makes a difference. I also think I'm pretty easily Googleable anyways. I'm just assuming that you all are not gonna like try and find my work or something like that. Like, you know, I'm just assuming people will be cool. But yeah. Trying to be a little less like nervous about the internet while also maintaining safety, you know. The first name, exactly. There's not a lot of poets named Olive in the Montreal area, so it's kind of game over. I might as well just, you know, share my work. So when I did the story time yesterday, I was like chatting with that dad who took the photo afterwards. He was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Olive." And he was like, "Isn't that a boy's name?" And I was like, I don't know, maybe. He's like, "Oh, it kind of sounds like a boy's name." And I was like, "Sure." And he was like, "Okay, bye, Oliver." And I walked away. And I was like, "Oh, well, I guess that explains that." Yeah. Used to be so afraid of being online due to extreme internet safety PSAs. Yeah, I think it was a big thing, like, for me growing up. I think I was sort of the first generation to, like, be raised with the internet. And so there was a lot of, like, just blind panic about the internet, which, like, I get. I still remember I think it's maybe the first ever episode of Degrassi, junior high. One of the girls meets this guy on like a wildlife internet forum, and she wants to go meet up with him. So her and her friend like go to this hotel to meet her like friend from the wildlife internet forum, but then it's like fully an adult man, and they like lock themselves in the bathroom. It's literally terrifying. Like it scared the shit out of me. And that's just like the first episode of Degrassi. My mom was like, "Remember, everyone who talks to you online is actively trying to kidnap you." Yeah, then they just never bring it up again. Wild. Anyway, that haunted me, obviously. But yeah. I think like most people on the internet, especially in these spaces, like I don't think anyone's really hitting up the knitting live stream to like, you know, cause a scene. I think we're all just here to vibe. Monica, it's not worth watching, I would say. Hotel is maybe not a good starting point. Yeah, try like I don't know. Confirm age, maybe. Ask for ID. And then meet at a cafe or something. I don't know. Public spaces, definitely. But yeah, that was a very fun event. And then I got a slushie. I've been like craving a slushie. You would say it is worth watching? The whole show or like specifically that episode? Oh no, poor Emma. I haven't seen that much of the old Degrassi. I think I wanted to start from episode 1. So I put on episode 1 and then I was like, oh no. Okay, both. I did watch a lot of the like most recent Degrassi they made. In like 2015 or something. That one was good. I actually don't know if it's the most recent, but it's the most recent one I've seen. I think I have watched all the Degrassi I will watch in my life. That is so valid. Has anyone seen Drake's seasons? I was not watching Degrassi when Drake was on it, but he's in there. They were gonna do an HBO Max reboot, but it got scrapped in the merge. No! Someone once told me I looked like Stacey Mistician of Degrassi. I think she's from Degrassi. Hi, Julia. How are you? And then my friend recently told me she thinks I look like one of the characters on The Boys, whose name is Aya Cash. I was told I look like Aya Cash. I don't know who that is, but anyway. These are the things I'm told. How's it going, Julia? How's your week? Yes, Drake did get shot, famously. I haven't seen that episode. I feel like as a Canadian, I should have seen much more Degrassi than I have. Speaking of excellent television, though, Bachelorette this week was really something. I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed every moment. Yes, Spray, please. Please share your spoiler. I don't think any of us are itching to watch Degrassi from the mid-2000s. Yeah, it was out of control. It was, I think, one of my favorite episodes of the franchise. Because Sam N just I think I described it to Ryan as he drank alpha juice. And he was just out of control. JT's actor was quitting because he was going to college, and they offered to give him a soft write-off so he could come back for guest spots. And he was like, no, please kill me. Wow, that's beautiful. I think if I was leaving a TV show, I would want to die in a very ceremonious way. Feels like the way to go, you know? It's in Grey's Anatomy, Grey's Anatomy, what a wild show. I feel like I shouldn't even get into Grey's Anatomy right now. Now he works in insurance or something. Okay, love that for him. But Grey's Anatomy, if you got a soft write-off, I was like, what'd you do wrong? You're supposed to, die in an ATV accident or something. You can't just, transfer hospitals. That's not allowed. Truly the most cursed hospital of all time. I was thinking recently about, does anyone care if I share a Grey's Anatomy spoiler? I think it's probably a minor spoiler in the grand scheme. Hi Alex, how's it going? We're talking about Grey's Anatomy and Degrassi. Okay, so there's an episode of Grey's Anatomy. Oh my god, it's so hot here too. I truly feel disgusting, to be honest. I'm just powering through. There's an episode of Grey's Anatomy where there's a bomb in the hospital. And I can't remember, I kind of feel like the bomb is in somebody's body. That seems wrong, but I think it's true. I think they, like, swallowed a bomb or something like that. That can't be true. I'm just going with what I remember. Someone has to have a surgery for the bomb to be removed. Or something like that. Anyway, they get